Hey guys, welcome to the Go to Game show, episode 10. This is where Jack and I manage to catch up once a week to have a chat about what we've been up to and everything else that's going on in the gaming industry at the moment. And we're joined every single week by another guest streamer or content creator or someone from the industry. And this week, the one and only Uber Timmy.
Hi, how you doing? Good to
Not too
see you.
bad, bro.
What up?
Welcome.
What a
Thanks for
bloke,
joining
eh?
us.
Oh, that's all right. No, it's a pleasure. Thank you for asking me on.
Yeah, man. Well, we normally start the show off every week by talking about what we've been up to in the last week, and I think we'll leave you till last, Tim, because you've had a banger of a week this week.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So, Jack, your week.
GTA roleplay, as usual. Yep.
That's it.
Nah, I played some Fall Guys. I did play some Fall Guys again. That was very fun. Haven't got a win yet. Bro, I got so close to one last night. I saw this guy jump, and I was on like the last bit, and he jumped and got it, and I was like, my God.
Yeah.
Right. And then that was the only one I got to the last round. The rest I just fell off. It was bullshit. But that's pretty much my week anyway.
Yeah, I don't have a crown at all yet, but I've been playing Fall Guys. Last night was actually when I've played the most of it. So yesterday, for some reason, I just crashed at 6 p.m. Slept all the way through till midnight. And then just woke up at midnight, right, wired. So I got online and started playing some Fall Guys and Wriggle Mania. Me and him jumped on and played some together. And I got to the last round a couple of times. Still haven't got that crown though.
Yeah. I think it's just that thing you just want to get, eh? Just get one and then
just retire.
Then I'll be good.
You're done.
It was like when PUBG was out. You just had to get that chicken dinner.
Yes.
Otherwise, you just didn't have any legitimacy.
H1Z1 solos. I've got one win, like a single H1Z1 solo win. Heaps of
you
like
played a
squads,
heap of it too.
Heaps of squads and everything. I've only ever got one, and I have a screenshot still on my computer in one of my folders. And I've never got another one.
I have one win in Fortnite, and it's on the Nintendo Switch.
Okay, so I have one win in Fortnite, and it was on Android.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I tried playing it on PC, and I just got destroyed, and I was like, yep, this game is not for me.
That was one game. Like, I suck at first-person shooters, like, really bad, like, not even close to being good at it. But you add in that element of building, and it just fucked me.
Yeah.
And look, and I'll be honest, the only reason I got that one win on Android is because it has aim assist and because I camped like fuck.
Well, yeah.
It was a very lucky streak, that one. Actually, I think it's my only win on PUBG as well, was on mobile.
Mobile gamer.
Well, no, I'm not normally. I'm not normally a mobile gamer, but I think it's almost every good title that comes out on mobile, I'll give a go.
Isn't mobile gaming just such a dirty word lately? Like, you say, oh, I like to play games on mobile, and literally people will turn up on your front door to, burn your house down. Like, I don't get it personally. I think there's some really quality mobile games out there, but I mean, saying
like
that'll probably get me in trouble. Yeah, I've never played RuneScape, but I'm sure.
You know what? That's actually something I did this week, between last week and this week. Is played some more RuneScape as while I was on the couch watching TV.
Just
hanging out with the kids. Yeah. Like, because the skills I've got now are so, like, not doing anything. Like, just cutting trees or something random. So I don't really have to do anything. Look at it every few minutes and re-click again. So that's kind of what I've been doing. Sitting there and Fox will come up and be like, what are you, like, looking at it? And he's like, what's this? And he's clicking around. Yeah, it's actually pretty fun. Mobile games.
The only other thing, apart from work, that I've been up to this week was continuing my attempts at streaming.
Oh,
how's that going?
I mean, hey, look, I don't have as many subs as you boys. Don't have as many followers as you boys.
Yeah.
But in saying that,
well,
I'm not doing it.
It's famous, bro.
Oh, exactly, bro.
Just
in saying that, do you know what I am liking about it? Because I did sort of do it just to get my head back around how Twitch is working from a streamer point of view, because it has changed since the last time I streamed. But what I have been enjoying is actually just having people randomly pop in and talk to me.
Oh, that's the best thing about it. That's the thing I love the most is you're like, oh, hi, I'm from, the UK. And you're like, cool, tell me about your day. And you learn about someone who lives in a completely different country.
Oh, it's not just that. It's just at the moment, like, I am a super social person, bro. The biggest thing that has been bringing me down during COVID has been not talking to people, not seeing people, not interacting with people.
Yeah.
So the other day, I literally, I had to get some work done at night. I had some influencer contracts and an agreement to get signed up. So I literally streamed myself working. I made sure it wasn't on screen and all that sort of thing. But I was just talking to chat while I was working.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But it was nice just having someone outside of my house to talk to.
I'm such a big believer on, like, you see things on Twitter all the time where people are like, like, you have to have this certain kind of mojo or charisma to make it in the world of streaming. I actually really don't think that's true. I think there is a community for everyone. Like, obviously you have to put in hard work and you have to be consistent, which is where a lot of people, and especially myself, do fall down sometimes with streaming. But I think there is a community for everyone. Like, no matter how niche you might be, there might be some people out there that absolutely love office work, and they're like, "Cool, this dude's doing office work. I'm gonna just watch him."
One of our colleagues came to work
true.
One of our colleagues came to work one day, and he goes, "Oh my god, I sat and watched and talked to a guy who was doing WordPress development on Twitch." You remember that?
I remember
Brian
that.
Cannon,
Yeah.
And he was just fascinated. Apparently, he sat there for like an hour talking to this dude who was just sitting there doing WordPress development on Twitch.
I met a streamer who came into my chat one time. I can't remember her name. Her name was Sarah something, but I cannot remember. And her thing was that she would just sit in a chair at nighttime and just read books to chat.
Yeah.
And she would have
like
Wild Smithers did that for a while.
Even Ray J did it. I think Ray J read the Harry Potter series, like start to finish, on her stream. Just like chilling in bed. Yeah, like bedtime story for everyone. I thought that was pretty cool.
It's so cool.
It's awesome. This is the beauty about the platforms that we all sort of work in is it's so broad now. Like 5-6 years ago, it was all just gaming on there on Twitch.
Brock's the carver. Like, carves shit, and people love him. Like, it's
all
amazing.
you have to do is watch at least 2 of our shows to see how much we love Brox. He comes up almost every episode.
Amazing dude. So
bro, he's at like 1.3 million now. 1.3 million followers or something. Like, it's
crazy.
wild.
And he always consistently has like 2 to 3K viewers whenever I see him in the
so sick, dude.
As a Kiwi, I am so proud of that dude.
And like, just that clip that was circulating around on TikTok where he says to that dude, "Oh, thanks for the gift subs, but can I give them back?" And everyone was just like amazing.
It's a pandemic, bro. You hold on to your money.
Yeah. It's so good. So good.
Yeah, the other one that always makes me laugh is I don't know if you've seen this one, is the clip of the dude popping over his back fence to ask him what his YouTube.
Yeah. Ask him what his YouTube channel was.
I'm on Twitch. Oh, what's your Twitch?
That's so good. That's so good.
Okay, sure.
That's so funny.
I think Kiwis and Maoris are just like the best people on the planet. They're so so chill.
Yes, we are.
Honestly.
Just work with one.
We're pretty amazing.
Work with one.
It'll change your mind.
I did actually used to work with a guy at my work. He was assistant manager for a couple of years. His name was Richie, and he was so chilled. Like, every time I came to work, if I was having a bad day, he would just lift the vibe up in the store, and I'd finish the day being like, I feel so good. And they just bring you up. Like, it's amazing.
Whereas I send Jack home in the opposite mood by the end of the day.
Come in and I'm like, let's go, let's get it. And I'm like,
by the time Jack's going home, he's going, what do you mean it's 10 o'clock, Jack? Oh.
Never. But speaking of, I had really no segue. I had a sick segue a second ago.
Here's a good
segue. We're talking about variety and, being in an all-encompassing platform of amazingness. What are you doing, bloody Mr. Uber Timmy? What do you do? Tell the people, who are you? What do you do? What's going on in your background there?
All right,
Tell us about Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, lots of Dragon Ball Z. So I'm a variety streamer from the Hunter Valley in Newcastle. I play pretty much whatever the fuck I want. Like, there's some games that I really love, like Destiny, Escape from Tarkov. If something comes out and I'm like, I want to try that, I'll try it. Like,
I was Rainbow Six. Well, I did.
Well, I mean, I moved on from Rainbow Six because
yeah,
it's sort of like unfortunately, the game has a few issues, and they need to iron them
Mm.
out before I'd go back to it. But, um, like, it's just I made the mistake when I first started streaming of pigeonholing myself into one game.
Yeah.
And it was like
Know the feels.
when I moved away from that game, the viewership died, and I took that really badly, and I look back on that now and think, like, I shouldn't have like, I was like, "Oh, shit, people don't like me anymore, like, they don't wanna watch me," and it's like, no, they probably just wanna watch that game, and that's cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't wanna play a game, I was playing the Division 1, moved on to the Division 2. It wasn't as enjoyable as the first one, and it died out after 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, "I don't wanna force myself to play a game that I'm not enjoying and doing the
Yeah.
same thing over and over again." So I just made a bit of a rule that, like, I wasn't gonna set a schedule of what I'd play. I wasn't gonna paint myself as a certain streamer. Like, at the moment, I'm primarily playing Tarkov because I loved it, and I wanna make more content for it, but something released tomorrow that I was interested in, like, if Cyberpunk came in out tomorrow, I'd be like, "Cool, I'm playing that for the next couple of weeks." And if people don't like that, like, that's okay. That's their that's what they
And
can
then
they can
this
do.
is something
It's
that,
their right.
like, you're raising a really awesome point here about Twitch as a platform, and I sort of find that there's two sorts of viewers, right? There are viewers that view for a game,
Yeah.
and there are viewers who view for entertainment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I tell people all the time that you do not need to be good at games to be a successful Twitch streamer.
No, I'm not good at games at all, like,
Right, but that's the thing, is as long as you're having fun, entertaining, you know how to talk to your chat and all that sort of thing,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can be successful on Twitch.
yeah. Because I'd rather have 100 viewers that were there for me and to hang
Mm,
out with me, no matter what I played, than say 1,000 viewers who were just there to watch me play one game. And,
yeah,
like, I've always thought about for me, success on Twitch was just having like, wasn't having thousands and thousands, like, Ninja, Tim the Tap Man, Dr. Disrespect levels of viewers. Because for me, I could never keep up with that chat. And the big thing about in like Twitch for me is interacting with these people. I want to learn their names. I want to learn their stories. I want to know about where they come from. I want to, connect to them in that sort of way. And I couldn't do that if my chat's just scrolling with people like, say, 76,000 people saying, like,
I mean,
yelling at
look,
me. Like,
it'd be nice to be able to pay the bills like those
yeah,
guys can.
it would, but, like, yeah, for me, that's not why I do it. Like,
Yeah,
I
Mm.
I really, really big on that interactivity. And,
yeah.
sorry if I'm losing my voice. I've had a big week, so
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, talking about your big week, you did have a massive week this week. Tell us what, you've done with, your charity streams,
So
bro.
it's been a lot of work in the making, like, a lot of yeah, it's the last couple of months I've been putting together a 24-hour charity stream where I was just gonna go ham and give away as much stuff as I could and raise money for the Starlight Children's Foundation. And I set myself a goal of $2,000. And yeah, I
Nailed it.
started Monday nights. I do a podcast every Monday with a bunch of blokes from a Facebook page around the Man Shake, which is something that I used in my weight loss journey. And we do like a men's mental health podcast where we just talk about um, our stories, our why we're making changes, our mental health, everything like that, just to try and essentially get men to talk about their feelings and talk about their what's bothering them in life, and trying to encourage men to reach out when they're struggling, because a lot of people just like a lot of men just hold their shit in. But
100%.
we kicked it off with the Starlight charity event, and I thought we'd raise like $200 or $300 across the podcast, and we ended up raising about $1,600. And that meant
So
that
I'll be honest, I didn't even know that you did the podcast,
yeah.
so I will 100% check that out
Yeah,
because,
we do it live on Facebook every Monday at about 8:30. But
I think this is a super
yeah.
important conversation that we as men need to be having. Look, let's be honest. There's a lot of conversations that we as men need to be having. There's the
Yeah,
mental
absolutely.
health conversation. There's the fitness conversation. There's the being sexual predators and creepy cunts conversation.
Conversation, yeah, yeah.
There's so many conversations that we as men need to start
Yeah,
having. So I think it's cool that you're having this.
you both follow me on social media, so you know that I am extremely open about my life and what things I've been going through. When I went through a
Dude,
separation, like,
yeah.
the way with my son, like, having,
I actually, one thing I did
yeah,
appreciate from you, and sorry to stop you, is you actually reached out to me personally and told me what was going on in your life,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
which I thought that was super brave of you to do. Because I mean, me and you don't have a super close friendship or anything
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But we know each other, and I think we'd started having some conversations about doing some work and stuff, and you were just
Yeah.
really straight up with me about, hey, can we put some of this stuff on the back burner? This is what's
Yeah.
going on in my life.
Yeah. And
So,
I've spoken to Hutto as well about stuff like, obviously my life and stuff that's going on in his
hmm,
life. I think it's so important that we as men talk to each other about that kind of stuff,
hmm.
because the results, if we don't, are that we just hold that frustration in. It just builds up and builds up and builds up, and then it comes out in ways that aren't,
And that's a conversation Jack and
yeah.
I have had about like work and stuff as well. Is
Mm.
we have to call each other out on shit sometimes, or
Yeah. Yeah.
make sure that we're talking to each other about what's going on in each other's lives, because we can't support each other if we don't know, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so we like from that podcast we made $1,600, and I was just absolutely blown away. And then I started the stream the next morning at 10 a.m. and it was just I was supposed to go for the 24 hours, but I only managed to make it to 21 because I was falling asleep in my chair.
Yeah.
But we finished on 4,500 and I think it was $60. And then I went and laid down and fell asleep and like slept for about 7 hours. And then when I woke up and checked my phone, I'd had two more donations and we were at $5,060. So that's what we finished on for the day. And
That's
that's
amazing.
yeah. I literally just sat there and streamed video games. Like I'm not gonna take credit for that. It was the community that just rallied around and said, "This is a good cause and we're gonna support it." And like there was so many moving parts in getting all the products, working with companies, answering emails, getting everything organized, postage and stuff like that.
Chasing Fit up to sort things out for you.
Yes, that's exactly right. Which I'm very thankful for. But it was
Yeah, no,
yeah,
but there's one thing I'm always say to people is, if I haven't got back to you on something, chase me up, and
yeah, yeah.
you didn't have any problem doing that. I appreciate it.
And yeah, like it was just absolutely heartwarming because the Starlight Children's Foundation is just, in my opinion, is the most important charity in Australia, especially
Yeah,
at the moment with everything that's going on. So, and it's a tough time. Like it's a tough time for everyone, and for people to dig that deep is just it's just amazing, absolutely
100%.
amazing. Yeah, yeah. And I'm sort of still on a bit of a high from that. Really, like I feel really good. Like it's for me, charity work is just it's so good for the soul. It really is because I'm always about lifting other people up instead of trying to put yourself forward. Like it,
100%.
yeah.
I think both Jack and I can relate to that one.
Big believer in you get back in life what you put into the world. So
Yeah. So, get a bit of background on you, dude. When did you start streaming, and why did you get into it?
it's about three and a half, almost 4 years ago. Um, Still chasing that elusive Twitch partner, but I'll get it one day. I will. But I just did it because I used to sit at like all my friends when we like we're in high school. I had a really close group of friends, and I was like, like we did everything together, and then we all sort of, school finished, and we all just split up and went our own ways. Some got married,
Life
some had
happened.
kids. Yeah, life happened, and all my best friends live like one lives in Sydney, one lives in Bathurst, one lives over near Wagga Wagga. And we don't get to see each other. And I found I was at home a lot of the time by myself, just playing video games. And I had some friends that I played with online, but friends online sort of come and go. You might be playing a game with a heap of people for 6 months, and then you'll go to something else, and you might not talk to them for ages. But
Mm,
I was just like, you know what? I do this all the time. I watch Twitch all the time. Maybe I'll just have a go at it. And that was sort of where it started. And I found that's why I'm so big on the interactivity side of it, is because I can talk to people and, I get to know, learn stuff about people. And,
mm.
and yeah, like it's just, I feel like, that's my way of socializing essentially.
Well, it's the world's way of socializing at the moment, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it was our time to shine when this all happened. Like as bad as it
Oh,
is, it was like,
dude.
yeah.
It was
So
if there was an industry that was created
mm,
for this period of time, it was definitely the gaming and streaming industry. Content creators have definitely had an awesome opportunity in the last 6 months to
yeah.
really capitalize on it. And
Yeah.
I don't want to say that in a negative, dirty way that they're sort of capitalizing, but I mean, hey, if you've got an opportunity to make a buck
Yeah.
and to do some awesome work doing what you do, why not?
I mean, a part of me was really sort of, hoping that Australia would follow New Zealand's lead when it came to like just pretty much shutting down all movement of people for 6 weeks and to
Mm.
try and eradicate the virus. Because I thought to myself, if there was ever a time that I could give myself a shot at doing this full time for 6 weeks, like that would have been it.
Yeah.
Because this is something that I do want to do full time, but I work full time. I have my son,
Mm.
3.5 days a week, and like I have to unfortunately do streaming is like 3 hours a night for me to 4 to 5 nights a week. So, um, I would love to have a shot at doing it full time, but like unfortunately, like I just can't at the moment. But you never know what the future holds if you work hard enough.
Exactly. I'm sure you can do it, dude.
That's the goal. That is the dream, is to do this. So like I can do this in the day, stream through the day, just spend all the time I can with my son on the weekends and at night. Like that's the end goal.
Yeah. Not a bad goal.
Not at all. Not at all.
Be your own boss.
All right, so we've had an interesting week of news this week.
Mm.
There's a lot going on.
Crazy stuff.
There is a
going on,
lot
eh?
going on. A lot of it in the last 24, 48 hours too. Like it's been a crazy couple of days. But Jack, you're new to the whole Oculus situation.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Oculus making Facebook login mandatory on their devices?
I don't know. It's a really weird one for me because I haven't really looked too far into it. I just chucked it up there because it's really funny. I think it was the founder of Oculus or someone that it says founder on the Reddit post, but it says like, I guarantee that you won't need to log into your Facebook account every time you want to use your Oculus Rift. It was 6 years ago on Reddit, and now Oculus is making it mandatory now. So that is just spread throughout like the whole of the internet. It was a blog post on Oculus website. Sorry,
I did not even know that was that they were bringing that in. Like
they only just announced it like yesterday or something.
That seems a bit. Like why? Like
it's Facebook. They want to know. I mean, look, I think the writing was always on the wall with that one. Basically, you need a Facebook login to deal with almost all of their products. I think WhatsApp is probably the only one you don't need to use your Facebook login for. But Instagram, you need a Facebook login now.
Yeah. It's crazy as well because people rage so hard about having to do that stuff, but they take to say social media to do it, and you're like, you're using the thing you hate to like rage against something else you hate. Like but I don't understand why if I bought an Oculus, I'd have to log in with my Facebook account. Like, why can't I just buy the item and play? Yeah.
It is a very weird thing, right? Because I haven't really looked into it enough to sort of see exactly what the reason is, but I don't think there really would be. It would just be Facebook doing Facebook things, right?
Yeah.
It'd just be them going, we can just get more user data from this for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So we own it. We can do whatever.
It's funny though how people have complained about this, but nobody has complained about needing a Microsoft account to use the Windows VR. Right.
I think that kind of makes sense. Like, I think that would be the same as just having like, you need an Oculus login to use the Oculus Rift. Kind of be the same thing, right? I just think
but it's a Microsoft one, so it's because Microsoft's login goes across all your Microsoft devices, right? So
fair.
Xbox, your phone, your PC, and now your VR headset. So they know.
It's such a weird coupling as well. Like if I went and bought an Oculus and then it's like we need your Facebook account, I'd be like, why? Like why? Like it just if it was like you need to log in with Oculus to an Oculus account, I'd be like, yeah, that's cool because it's for the thing I'm buying, but not Facebook. Like it just seems such a weird. There's people who buy Oculus who are like, I don't use Facebook. I don't want Facebook. I don't need it. Like, does that mean they can't play their?
I mean, suppose there's probably still people out there that don't realize that Oculus has been owned by Facebook for what, 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, a long time. But it's just weird now. Like, I don't know. It was just such an odd thing that they brought up, like out of nowhere, seemingly. So they were just like, we need some more user data. What else can we chuck this onto? Everyone's getting VR chat's pretty popping these days. I'll chuck it in there as well.
I feel like Mark Zuckerberg every day becomes more of a villain. You know,
After
like
he's put his human skin over his lizard body.
oh, yeah. He used to be the guy that everyone like he was like, yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, he's changing the world for the better. And then now he's sort of just turning into this like Mark Zuckerberg is just that creepy guy in the cupboard that watches you all the
What's
time.
that
Like,
old adage about, if you're the hero for long enough, you soon become the villain?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing has happened to almost every tech CEO. We're currently seeing old mate from Tesla going through that at the moment.
Elon Musk, yeah.
Elon,
Yeah.
he's slowly becoming the supervillain.
Yeah. I don't think when Mark Zuckerberg appeared before that Senate committee as well, I don't think that, did him much in the way of like any
No
favors.
favors.
He kind of came across as really secretive and it was like, what are you hiding? Like, yeah. I don't think that
Because
helped
you'd
him at all.
think, because you see some of the out of context clips and you're like, oh, the Senate are just the dumbasses.
Yeah.
Then you watch the whole thing and you're like, they're asking like reasonable questions, and he's just going like
Dodgy.
I mean, some of those
all
questions
over the
were
place.
boomer questions.
Oh, fully,
They were,
100%. Like some of them were rough, but some of the
Yeah.
people that knew what they were talking about asking him like legitimate questions, and him just going around it like crazy and not giving them a straight answer. Like you could see why it's just such an awkward thing to have.
Yeah.
My God.
Before we jump on to our next topic, there's another weird one while we're doing some weird sort of strange news, and I should have added it into our list, but I don't think we're going to go on too long about it. E3.
Oh yeah. I
But
can't believe
E3
we didn't talk about that.
Yeah, so E3
On the front
yesterday.
page right
So
here.
we're recording this on the Thursday. And on Wednesday, E3 tweeted out an article to a list. Now, what was the copy on that original tweet, Jack? It was something along the lines of
it's
basically saying, here's a list of games that women can play.
Oh, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all the companies to
It just
be
goes to
so off the mark.
It just goes to show how incredibly ingrained
Here we go.
sexism is.
Great list of games women gamers are playing. Any of your favorites make the cut? And then it's the games we play. 25 online games that women enjoy. And then there's ones like Bejeweled. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Am I right, ladies? And they are even more fun when they come in variety of sizes, neon colors, and when you get rewarded. It was like,
you can absolutely written
bruh.
by a man. Absolutely written by a man.
Am I right, ladies?
But it's just like it just goes to show you how ingrained it is that like companies don't even realize sexism sometimes. Like it's.
I think most of us have been in that situation where we have done or said something pretty sexist without.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I think when you're in the world of social media, especially in gaming, which has been through a few different revolutions in the last few years.
And especially from an E3 global account.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they don't have like a little amount of followers.
No.
Like a lot of people are going to see what you
they kept that tweet up there for like 4 hours before somebody.
It's up for a while.
Yeah,
and there was like comments with like more likes and retweets than their post. Like you think
they got ratioed hard.
Yeah.
Oh, it was wild.
Jack, if you go along to our website, go along to our homepage.
It's on the screen right now.
Yeah.
Right
there you go. So we decided to write our own article as well. So if you head along to goto.game, you'll see an article front and center on our homepage, Games Perfect for Women to Enjoy. And if you click there, it's a ridiculously comprehensive list.
Yep.
It just says
so good.
Any of them.
Actually, I'm thinking about like
end of article.
Like Skill Up put out a tweet today that was like talking about how Battletoads, like people are raging at
wait, before we talk about Skill Up, just let us point out, you know who our clients are.
Yeah. No,
we love Ralph.
He put out a tweet today about Battletoads and how people are raging at the fact that the Dark Queen isn't like fully like she's more covered up and she looks like something from Kim Possible essentially. And like people are raging about it because she's not, like she's not showing enough skin. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, how fucked is it being a woman like into like today? Because one, if you cover up too much, you're not attractive. If you show too much skin, you're sexualizing yourself. If you're too buff, you're not realistic. If you yeah, essentially just be yourself on camera. You're a cam girl. Like, it's just you're stealing people's views. Like,
And if
fuck
you're a
being a woman.
frog, you haven't shown enough skin.
Like, it's like
Is it a
it's in the
frog? Are we
no,
talking about a
it's a
frog?
person. The Dark Queen is an actual like female villain, like an actual woman.
Oh,
And
right. I
but
thought
it's
this
like it's
motherfucker was a frog. And I was like, what
it's
is wrong with what is
it's
going on? Okay.
it is like
Still
imagine being a
ridiculous,
woman
but
today and being pretty much dogpiled on no matter what you do, it's the wrong thing. Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just I just
and
looked at that and I was like, holy shit. If they had put like if they had sexualized the Dark Queen like the way people are carrying on, people would be like, oh, it's too like sexualized. It's too,
Oh,
she's
the
just
only
they're
way
just
you can get salespeople to play your game is doing
yeah.
this.
You
It's
can't
like,
fucking
bruh, they can't
win,
win.
can you? Like
oh,
No.
get a real
uh,
job. What are you doing? What are you doing on OnlyFans?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. OnlyFans when. Like oh my god. Honestly, I follow a lot of the prominent female Australian like Twitch streamers and content creators and just fuck being them for a day. Like, 'cause
Oh,
that
no.
would just be awful. Absolutely awful.
We deal with a lot of them personally for our jobs, and we've heard and seen some horrible stuff. So, and
Yeah.
that's only from our point of view, seeing it, right?
Yeah.
So you can only imagine being on the receiving end what that feels like.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so hard too, because like even like when I'm playing GTA roleplay, like with other characters in the game, female, male, whatever, some people that I run into identify all across, you know, and even like in my chat the other night, I was talking, to a friend in the game, and then I just saw a thing, and it was like, oh, fuck this bitch or something, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, where did that even come from? For one, we're literally just like talking about the business stuff in the game. So I deleted it, and I was like, bro, like, one, that's one of my good friends out of character. And two, one of my good friends in character, so that's like offended me. She doesn't even know about it, and she wouldn't really care anyway because it's whatever.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I don't understand the mindset. Like, she wasn't even doing anything to me in a negative way. We were just literally talking about business stuff, and then this person said that. I was like, holy shit! Like, it's just it wasn't even bad, But it's just sort of like how do we go about stopping that or creating communities that's not acceptable.
Well, then this is it. I
Across
think
the
this
board.
is exactly what
my
you
community, we don't like. I don't allow that, and my community doesn't. Like,
But this
anyone
is
that
what
says that shit,
I
see you
think
later.
exactly what you did is exactly what we need to be doing, right?
Yeah.
Is-
But there
problem
are a
is
lot of
that-
communities where that's just fine, right?
Yeah.
Whatever.
There is
Doesn't- it's not a
there's
problem.
the problem is that sometimes men don't understand that what you think doesn't need to be said out loud. Just because you have an opinion doesn't mean someone else wants to hear it.
Yeah.
It's the whole you look pretty without makeup. Like
then there's also content creators who have made their entire careers out of doing exactly that. Their opinion nobody asked for.
yeah, it's like it's the whole
And I feel those content creators are the ones that enable a lot of other people to share their opinion that nobody cares to hear.
Yeah, it's like the whole sitting down next to a woman on the train and saying you would look prettier without makeup. Like, for starters, that woman doesn't care what you think. She doesn't need to know what you think, and you don't need to tell her that. If you think she'd look prettier without makeup, then that's cool. Just keep that to yourself. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't like someone coming up to you and sitting next to you and saying, you'd look better with short hair. Like, especially a stranger, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, who are you?
I think Jack would probably be offended.
Yeah, it's
like, bro,
it's
what
just like
cut my fucking skin off my head? How short do
everyone,
you want it?
everyone is entitled to an opinion, but not everyone has to put it out there into the world. Like, you can have an opinion, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah,
unless it's drastically
it's the old
important.
saying, bro. The opinions are just like assholes. Most people,
everyone's got one. Yeah,
everyone's got one. And they usually smell like shit. And they usually shit.
That's it blows my mind sometimes. Like, when you see on Twitter, like, someone will be like, oh, they'll put up a piece of content, and someone will be like, oh, you should have done this, this, and this, and it's like, if they wanted to do that, they probably would have done it. Like, it's just, like, honestly, back to the original point, fuck being a woman today on the internet today. For example, one of my staff members at work showed me today. She showed me her inbox of her Instagram, and it's this same guy. It's this same guy just constantly saying, hey, how are you? Hi, how are you? Like, constantly. for like 3 years, and she's like, "I've never once, like, accepted his message on
Oh,
Instagram."
okay.
So he wouldn't know that, like, it would not say that she'd seen it. And she's like, "I have never replied to a message from him in 3 years, and he's still going." It's like, what kind of mentality do you have to think that I've just gotta keep trying because when she sees that message, she'll wanna talk to me, or this person wants to talk to me? It's like, she's just move on. Like,
That's
she doesn't wanna
wild,
talk
eh?
to you. Yeah, yeah.
That is
It's like, just
so beyond anything
yeah.
that has ever gone through my mind about like, I think this person's pretty or whatever, or and I want to talk to them, like
Yeah.
spamming them hello every
Yeah.
day for like 3 years. Anyway,
It's like, okay, like, I'm a single male. I've reached out to women on Instagram and like, on Twitter and been like, "Hey, how are you?" in an attempt to introduce myself and get to know them. If they say, "I'm not interested," then that's cool. You go, "Okay, cool, thank you," and you move on. Like, you don't keep hassling them. You don't like, I do not think there is anything wrong with men reaching out if they're genuinely interested in someone and wanna meet them or talk to them. Like, in saying, "Oh, hey," introducing themselves and saying, "Hey, would you like to talk?" If the person says, "No, I don't wanna talk," move on.
Move on.
Like, just
yeah,
that's it. That's how dating works. That's how trying to, find a partner works, is you meet someone, if you don't connect or they're not interested, then you move on. Like,
Honestly, I would have no idea. It's been so long.
I mean, it was 11 years for me, like, since, like, when I last dated.
How scary. This is completely off the topic of gaming. How scary was that,
yeah.
though? Because
It
I've been married
absolutely.
for 20 years the next year.
When last time I dated, you swapped numbers in the pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's Tinder and Bumble and social media, and it's very scary because people don't represent themselves, like, truthfully. They don't, like, Snapchat filters are the worst thing that have ever been invented because, like, yeah, they do help misrepresent people. You find a lot of real genuine people on there, but a lot of the time it can be tough. It really can.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
I've heard of a few
Anyway.
success stories from it, right, Jack?
Oh yeah, Tinder life, bro. Let's get it. Well,
All
there
right.
really is no segue, so let's just next news topic.
Next topic. Okay, this one happened today. Ogilvy and Burger King.
Oh.
How
Oh.
good!
Let's go. Let's go. Now this
How
is gonna be
good
an
is it?
interesting one
I
because
like it. I think it's a good marketing ploy.
No, you
Really?
don't.
I actually, next client we bring up, I'm actually reach out to, I don't know, someone here in ANZ
No, this
and
is an
think
interesting
about
one. I
a
wanna
really
get
good
what
way of
you
doing it.
think about this, Tim, from a content, because you're purely a content creator, whereas Jack and I are very much skewed on the marketing campaign side of
I
things.
just think it's really fucking scummy, eh? Like, I think,
Oh, come
you know,
on. Don't you like $5?
yeah, after PayPal takes
You
3%.
fucking
Yeah.
entitled.
But no, it's just
Entitled
like,
creator. That's all I'm hearing on Twitter right now. Entitled creators. It's
I
bullshit.
mean, some people grind so hard to get noticed by companies, and then, like, like, for example, me with Logitech, like, I so hard to get in, like, Logitech to notice me, and now I have a really good working relationship with them that's, built on, mutual, like, if they want me to, look at something or get, and want a review for it or want some content for it, like, you sit down and you work that out. For, if Burger King, wants to advertise shit on my channel with $5 donations, it's like, I don't have any say in that. Like, I don't have any. Yeah, they're just coming in and using my platform to advertise their shit, and what can I really do about it?
Yeah.
Like, in the heat of the moment, if you get that donation, you might not be quick enough to stop the text to speech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the thing. They've technically they have taken advantage of a system that isn't actually against terms of service either, because the service that they're using isn't a Twitch service,
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
right? So they haven't utilized Twitch's service in a scummy way.
yeah.
They have, but they've used it's almost like a loophole of
Oh,
using.
yeah, they have. Yeah, they've done it essentially, I think, legally, but it's just shitty. Like,
It's
because
just
you might
Yeah.
be someone who's, it might be someone who's suffered from a fast food addiction,
Well,
and
look,
you've lost tons of weight, and, like, they've just come in and do that, and you just do not know the effects that could have on someone, like, or
It's
someone
very
watching
true.
the chat who might, be suffering from some kind of
there was one
food
thing that happened today,
disorder.
which was a massive one that I did not even think of, and I'm trying to find who it was because I want to get this. Oh yeah, it was Somewhat Awesome Rob. He responded to me and said he would be really angry because he's a vegan.
Mm.
Could you imagine? If he's
True.
vegan, he's against meat.
Come down and pick up your, your double quarter pounder with extra bacon meal. And you're sitting there going, bro, I'm a vegan.
And
what's going on here?
The problem is that some of us, or a lot of us, most of us, work so hard to forge the connections we have with the companies that we work with. That essentially takes the power away from us.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's not fair.
It was what is it? I said this on Twitter. This is when I first saw it. My first thing was clearly they've recognized the influence of gaming. At the moment, gaming, video games, and the video game industry is the biggest digital entertainment form in the world. So they know the stats. It's Ogilvy. They're one of the biggest, oldest advertising companies in the world. Right? They're one of the original Madison Avenue agencies. They've recognized the power and they've gone, let's do this a cheap, scummy way.
Yeah, it just seems like such a how do you get to that point? How do you go through the process of working out a campaign for a client and think this is great along every step of the way, this is going to be received really well. And then they do it and there's such a massive backlash. Like, how did they not see that coming?
What annoys me even more is they posted about it afterwards, proud of the campaign.
Yeah.
Because this was after the campaign's gone out on Burger King, right?
Yeah.
So it's already gone out on Burger King. And then this agency's gone, we're really proud of this. We're going to share it as well.
Yeah.
Title, The King of Stream, client Burger King. Here's the team. And the copy is Burger King turned Twitch's donation feature into a marketing campaign.
It should have been called Burger King fucking pissed off a ton of Twitch streamers by binge scumbags. Like, it's just like, honestly, I don't think there'd be.
I think someone thought it'd be
7
funny.
hours later, that tweet's still up.
I'm looking at it now.
Unless it honestly is a meme. Like,
I actually think like the team behind it thought it'd be funny to do, and like the streamers might get a laugh out of it, and then everyone would go, haha, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But like they're proud of $5 and $3. Like if they were dropping $500 for a meme with some fucking extra chips with your burger.
And you've got to think of the after effects of it.
I feel like people would think it would be a little bit more funny. I know money doesn't like make really too much of a difference, but I don't know. I just feel like they've gone, what's the minimum donation to get text to speech on, the average channel? And it's probably anywhere between $3 and $5. And they've gone, that's what we'll do. We'll hit it there. Yeah. We'll start at 3 and we'll go to 5.
There's also the biggest slap in the face that I saw in this clip that they shared was where the guy says, hey, Burger King, why don't you sponsor me? And they respond back again with, we gave you $5.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, $5. You generous people. Like,
that doesn't even get you a meal at Burger King. Come on, bro.
It doesn't. In America, it might.
No. Yeah, true.
Actually, to be honest, in America, it'd get you an amazing meal.
Yeah, upsized to the max as well.
Oh, dude.
That's how much I know about fast food in America.
Oh, dude, you can get amazing meals for $5 over there.
I remember when I went over
well, there you go. What's everyone complaining about? Shut up. Go get yourself a dinner.
Last time I was over there, I was literally, I think, almost every day on the way back to my hotel room, I'd stop at a 7-Eleven and get like their $1 hot dogs, which are literally like this big.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember walking towards the Los Angeles Convention Center for E3 and just stopping and getting
a terrible part of LA, isn't it?
Stopping at a street vendor to get a hot dog that cost me $1.99, and it was the best hot dog I've ever had in my life. And there was so much of it. And I just American food is so bad, but it is so much of it. Like it's just crazy. It's like you pay $5 and you've got like a monster plate of food.
Well, I'm sitting here excited that Five Guys is coming to Australia.
I don't even know what it is. But anyway, Burger King killed the campaign work. Good shit. And the actual problem with that as well is that
really how many companies are going to follow in that kind of vein?
When I first saw it, I thought are people going to think this is a good idea? But then you just go for a little quick scroll, and there is no way. There is just no way that anyone could think that this is a good idea moving
And just
forward.
think about now, people. Yeah, just think about now as well. People who are just going to donate and do stupid shit like that now.
I mean, that already happened, so didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's going to get even worse now.
No, this is something that I think content creators need to look at, is the risk that they actually take with doing the text to speech.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can put anything in there.
A lot of
there
control.
is like you can like filter it and stuff, like in Streamlabs and whatever else. So I've obviously filtered it for racist stuff and homophobic stuff and all that sort of stuff. There's plenty of filters in there, but this stuff, it's not like offensive, and it's going to bypass filters super easy, unless you're putting in some sort of I don't know. There's kind of no way to stop it, really.
Censor the word. You have to censor the word burger.
True. Very true.
All right, Microsoft Simulator.
Yeah. I thought this one was cool because the Microsoft Sim has blown up, which I spoke about a little while ago, and I said it was going to be insane just because of how crisp the game looks and how well mapped everything is. I've been looking a lot on Twitter and Reddit and stuff like that to try and find comparisons of Google Maps to this, and it's like pretty spot on. Like there's a lot of, here's this place, and like they've worked out the triangulations of the circumference of all the mathematical bullshit, and it's all like pretty close. It's all pretty insanely well done.
Yeah, well, I sat and watched our mate Bruce Green stream for 16 hours the other day. He took the longest flight possible in the game from an actual plane cockpit. He sat in an actual plane cockpit. Streaming it, but he had mates like some of the guys who used to be on Rooster Teeth
in a plane,
and it was a plane cockpit, so it was
like a prop one, probably. Yeah, that's awesome.
It just looks incredible.
That's so sick.
Yeah,
I need to go check that out. It is cool.
I've got to check it out too. But I just you look at the visuals and you just go like, it just looks incredible. Like,
look, I'm not going to lie. There is a reason why I upgraded my internet connection, my internet plan this week, is because I went to download the game, saw how big it was.
It's like 130 gig.
I don't have 7 days to wait for this game.
Yeah. Well, that's what this whole thing's about, is it's how big the game is and how long it takes to download, especially in Australia if you don't have the best internet. Even with NBN, it will still take a few hours. But the downloading time of games counts as playtime on Steam. So what they were saying is it's going to take you more than 2 hours to download it, so then you can't refund it. But Steam have come out and said that's fine. Like, we're going to allow it because it is such a monstrous game.
Yeah.
So
I
never even thought about that. I don't know if it's for every game, but while the game client is open, the hours played clock on Steam begins to tick. That means that even when you're doing is downloading the game files, you're racking up minutes or hours of playtime. There you go.
Do you think that, like, as well, it says a lot about, like, Microsoft Flight Simulator is 130 gig. And you think to yourself, like, I can understand why that's 130 gig. But then you look at Call of Duty Modern Warfare or Warzone or whatever it is, and you're like, why does that game take up 250 gig on my hard drive? Like, I don't get it.
The entire world on there.
Yeah.
You know what? Another quick observation. That world's looking pretty flat in those images too, by the way.
Oh, no.
There must have been a few of your mates watching Bruce Green stream the other day, because that came up all the time.
Well, when you scroll out on the thing, and it's obviously a globe. I was having a laugh about that the other day. It's pretty funny. But yeah, that was all I had to say on the flight sim. But I don't know if anyone. I don't think anyone here's. Have you played it, Fid, or did you say you?
No, I haven't. I did not
you upgraded. Then you get it. Yeah, right. Okay.
I was watching Mick Porn play it. Yeah, I was watching Mick Porn play it last night, and it was showing people where his house used to be in the game, because it's like you can zoom in that level of detail.
Hey, do you know why I want to play it though? I want to play it so I can go to New Zealand, because I was supposed to go there like twice this year and I can't go there. So I'm fly over my house.
Very true. Very true. All right, next thing, Timmy, Fall Guys.
I haven't
Fall
played it.
Guys.
I have not
Bro.
even played it.
Oh, dude,
Fall
it's
Guys
fun.
is amazing.
Fall
Guys is amazing.
Yeah,
I woke my wife up at 4 o'clock this morning because I was yelling at my computer while I was playing it. She was not happy.
I don't know if I can handle the stress. I don't know if I can. The expectation on you to get a win if you start playing it.
The lows are low, but the highs are so high.
It does look like a well put together game. It really does. Like it looks simple and it looks well put together. But I just haven't played it. I haven't jumped into that. Everyone's playing Fall Guys. It's like, oh, do I want to play Fall Guys as well, or do I just want to keep playing what I'm playing? But
honestly,
I will check it out. At some
I
stage.
reckon you need to just play one game, like one, just the
You'll
first
know,
one, and you'll
you'll
be
know
like,
game whether you hate it or
I need to
not.
win one of these.
Imagine
It's one of
if
those
I got-
games. It's one
Imagine
of
if-
those
yeah.
games. That's
You know,
how it's gotten so big.
Imagine if I got a win on the first go and I just like clip it and send it to Tim the Tap Man.
It would be
Poor
funny.
guy.
That
Poor
would be
guy.
very funny.
How long was Tim playing? Was he in the beta or did?
I think, I think baited. Yeah. From
So he's been
what
playing for 2 weeks.
From what I understand, but either way, it's been out for like a good couple of weeks, and he's
Yeah.
been streaming it a lot. And I was got the thing up on the screen here now from Arsenal, and his stream today like peaked at 342,000 viewers and had an average of 209,000 viewers.
Brilliant
Ended up with like
marketing by the game,
6,000 subs or something, and
See, this is the thing that I don't
just
think
wild.
it was intentional marketing.
Oh, not at all. But they capitalized
no.
on it fast. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I think Fall Guys saw that and they were like, shit, we can do something with this real quick. And they
Yeah.
I don't know who the team is behind Fall Guys marketing, but they're doing an insanely good job.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So there's developed by Mediatonic and published by Devolver Digital, but there's a guy, his name's Alex. I think it is Oliver. Oliver, age 24, is the Fall Guys community manager.
he's doing an insane work. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely killing it.
Yeah.
I have to admit,
Absolutely
a lot of marketing for a lot of esports organizations as well is really stepped up. Space Station Gaming, Dark Zero, like those guys have got people in their doing their community management and posting and social media. Like it is really stepped up if you have a look into them. But it's really good when you see like Fall Guys or community managers for games like Fall Guys just taking advantage of trends. Like some companies are really slow in like getting their marketing like together.
This
And
was
they're
a
just
really
something like
good example of why you need a good community manager.
Mm.
Because this person clearly had the time and the resources to do their job and do it well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because he killed it, absolutely, and still is, and whoever else is involved as well. Because that account, when it obviously they freshly made the Fall Guys account when they were obviously probably had it quite a while ago when they came up with the name or whatever, because that's what you do. But ever since it popped off, like it's been a couple of weeks and they just hit 1 million followers like yesterday or today.
Yeah.
Like, which is wild, absolutely wild. So
And they went back on their promise that they were going to delete Yellow Team.
oh no, is it they got 1 million retweets on that post?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, you're not 1 million followers. God, if they said 1 million followers, Yellow Team has to be deleted for sure.
you have to think like, how unlucky is Tim the Tap Man? Like, how unlucky is the poor guy?
Oh, if you've watched any of his
Struggled
stream
so hard.
like this, like there's been a few times where he was like jumped and went to grab the crown, but just didn't grab it and hit it, and then someone else grabbed it. Like all that shit. Like could have got one ages ago.
Yeah.
But just the shit, it just happens, right?
And
just happens.
Can't people block you as well?
Yeah, they
Like,
can
people
grab
can
them and
hold
hold
you
them back.
back
Yeah, they grab you and just throw you off the map. Like it's kind of hard to do because you can't really hold onto them forever. But I've seen one where someone's jumped and the crown's gone down and he landed on top of it, and then someone behind him jumped and grabbed the crown. Like he landed
That's
on it.
so unlucky. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, been very funny. But
I made it to the end of the map twice on the last map and got yeeted before I got to the end.
Yeah, same, 100%. But even bigger news with Fall Guys is that Fall Guys has overtaken League of Legends as the most watched game on Twitch.
Oh,
Wow.
I saw this news last night and it made my day.
Like wild, right?
I'm not the biggest fan of League of Legends.
Oh,
or its community.
Same.
I've been pretty vocal about that over the years. And so to see that a game that is so fun and not taken seriously
Yeah.
is the game that has pushed them out. Awesome.
Yeah.
It is a refreshing change to see a game that is just so simple, like just
Yeah.
be in the spotlight. But you also have to ask yourself, like, what's the longevity of Fall Guys? Is it going to go the way of like,
Who knows?
yeah,
Who knows? I personally don't think it's got the longevity of, say, Fortnite.
mm,
Right, Fortnite, we all sort of said, "Hey, how long is this going to last?" And shit, it's still here. It may
Yeah.
not be big as it was a year ago, but it's still there.
still held on.
And it's held on longer than PUBG held on.
I have a couple of friends who went back to PUBG and they said that like they hadn't played it for 6 months and they went back and played it now and they're like, never again. Like the game has just gone to shit.
But the
I miss
PUBG
it so
Yeah.
much.
cool.
I was actually talking to some friends about the other day about how much I missed PUBG and I missed just like staying up late at night or missing a stream to watch like a PUBG tournament on the TV in the lounge room or just playing. And like,
Yeah.
I miss that game so much. But yeah, I've heard the same thing. It's just a mess. But, yeah. You watch like some of the NA guys that I follow and there's like still pretty good, but I think the rest of the world servers have just been left to just do nothing.
Yeah, I think it's
So-
a bit of a victim of its own success in a way. Like it blew up so quickly that they had so many grand ideas for it. And then they've sort of just tried to implement a ton of stuff and it hasn't worked. And now they don't know what to do, where to go. You know.
To back you up, Jack, on what you said, the PUBG community was actually really cool.
Mhm.
Like,
Very cool.
It's one of the few esports that every team that I ever had interactions with were just super cool guys.
Yep.
Shit, there's literally one of the players you used to manage used to harass me every time I came to Sydney because he just wanted to hang out and go and do stuff.
Joshy.
Joshy, how is Joshy? You remember me?
Haven't heard from him for a little while.
Yeah,
But last time we had a chat, and he's doing good.
I'm actually finding I'm finding the same thing about the Escape from Tarkov community, especially the Australian community. Like, it is one of the for considering what kind of game Tarkov is, being your hardcore battle royale, well, not really battle royale, but you are pitted against 12 to 14 other players.
Yeah.
And it's essentially like last man standing gets the loot. It's like the community is so chilled, and it's so like all the content creators in Australia that I've met so far are all so helpful. And so like you go into their chats and you're like, hey, I can't do this quest. And they're like, well, hey man, I'll tell you how to do it, or even jump in with me for a game and I'll get it done for you. Like it's
That's sick.
honestly, yeah, one of the most positive communities that I've ever seen in a video game.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They're also helpful and chilled. Australians are just chilled.
Yeah, well, I was going to say,
Yeah.
like, every time I've jumped into, say, Pestle's stream,
Yeah.
his community seems to be super chill.
Yeah.
Mm.
He had some dude in his chat last night yelling at him because he was talking. He was sitting in there in his menu talking about Tarkov in the Escape from Tarkov directory, and the dude was like, "Oh, you should be in just chatting." And Pestle was like, "Look, mate, fuck off. If I want to sit and talk about Tarkov for half an hour at the beginning of my stream and talk to my community, I'll do it in the Tarkov directory." He's like, "I don't care." Like, like, yeah. But in the rest of his
That's
community
fair.
was just like, just shut up, like just go away. Stop telling a streamer how to what to do.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think we really had any other news besides that. That was kind of it.
We've been
Unless
through a
you
heap.
got something else. There's been a lot. We're about that bloody time.
We are about
hour. Don't keep everyone waiting around too long. Especially us.
Where can
All got
people
bloody
find
kids and
you?
stuff.
And have you got anything coming up that you want to plug?
Not really much coming up at the moment. I'm gonna get back into my streaming routine now that I've sort of recovered a bit from the other day. But yeah, you can just find me at Twitch at Uber_Timmy or on Twitter at UberTimmy. Pretty straightforward. I'm just gonna get back into playing Destiny, still play Escape from Tarkov.
And you're gonna jump in and play some Fall Guys with the boys.
Yes, yeah, I'll give it a go. I'll install it and have a crack.
Hell yeah.
What have we all got coming up in the next week? Anything you're looking forward to?
Oh, I don't know. Or some more GTA roleplay, some more fun times. Probably gonna play some Fall Guys too, which would be cool.
Dude, I'll be honest, I'm probably going to play a heap more Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Expecting
You're
I
all-
just want
you're
to
all
get a win,
addicted.
bro. I just want to get the one win. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't
Then
know
you're going to
why.
retire on top.
A
Retire as the king.
screenshot and done.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just playing. I've just gotten back into Destiny 2 because it's in a pretty good spot, and got to do all the raids. So there's a lot of mechanics to learn and stuff like that over the. I think there's 5 raids. But that's pretty much my weekend. So, and yeah, just working and hanging out with my son. Back to the dad life.
Hey, thanks for
Hell
joining us this week, Tim.
No, not a problem at all. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
having me on.
Always a pleasure to chat. And I mean, with the times as they are at the moment, you know, I don't know about you, Jack, but I'm loving having these calls every week and having someone else that I haven't spoken to for a few months in front of me, being able to have a convo. So
it's definitely really good. It's I tell you what, this coronavirus has shown just how important the internet has been, like how important the internet is, and how underdeveloped our country's internet infrastructure just is as well. So I think it's yeah, it's
100% agree with you on both those.
Yeah.
But thanks to everybody who has tuned in and watched. Make sure you give us a follow or a subscribe on whatever platform you've found us on. Plus, you can follow us on Twitter at gotogame, on Instagram at goto.game, on Facebook. You can look us up on there, goto.game. And of course, you can check out news, reviews, and everything else about GoToGame on www.goto.game. And you can follow myself online at FidMcAwesome on everything. And of course, you can follow Jack as well at Jack Hutto on everything.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next week with another awesome guest.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, guys.